Okay, hello and welcome to my latest that I've actually done on... It's about time I did it. Anyway, so in this you can make $100,000 an hour on GTA Online. CEO or be an associate. That is the whole point of this particular... As I am a CEO, I can do this sort of thing with easy landing. Alright, so... basically all you do is you don't need to be anywhere except in a lobby. So it's a free lobby. So I'm in an invite only at the moment, and that's good enough. So I might just bank my money quickly so I can watch all the money go up as the video progresses. Alright, so I'm using a CEO buzzard which I bought a couple days ago. It's good in some ways, it's crap in other ways, but it gets the job done for a couple of the things. So, what you want to do is, with your CEO or associates, you go to the Secure Serve CEO, you go to VIP Work, and then you got a selection of 17 different things you can do. Now, each of them you can unlock by buying certain cars. So like this one here, Velocity, that's with the rocket car, so that one requires you buying the rocket car to play. Ramped Up, I have the ramp car, so I can do that, but you need 2 or more players to do that. Headhunter, Hostile Takeover, and Sightseer are pretty much the 3 missions you can do by yourself without needing any vehicles. Well, any top-range vehicles. However, it is best to have at least an armoured vehicle for Hostile Takeover and Headhunter. The other vehicles that you can use, which are good for those missions, so the Buzzard, the Hydra, I think it's the Valkyrie, that's the, whichever helicopter is the one that has the rockets on it as well. So those sort of things are good for Headhunter, Hostile Takeover. And Sightseer, when you're playing by yourself, is pretty easy, except when it wants you to go from one end of the map to the other. So anyway, well, let's get into it now. I'm going to start with Sightseer, because that one has a long, sort of like a recharge timer sort of thing. So when you do each of these, most of them will have a 10-minute timer before you can play it again. Some of them have 20 minutes, 30 minutes, up to an hour before you can play them again. So I'm going to start with this one. So 3 minutes into the video, I'm going to see how... These are pretty easy. Just got to click it when the red comes up. Nice and easy. Look on the radar to see where it is. Up at the race course. There you go. So I'm going to fly there now. Yeah, this one's nice and easy. When you're with your associates, if you're an associate or you've got your associates, they can AFK or just do free roaming stuff while you do this. But if you're in a public lobby with other people, it's a little harder to do, so it's best to do it far away from people, because if the CEO gets killed during the collection, you fail and you get paid a lot less. So, basically, the amount of time that it takes to complete most of these, it varies from 5 to 15 to 20 minutes, depending on which ones you do. So this, considering that the first package that I'm about to collect spawned quite close, and this one will only take me about 5-10 minutes. The rough estimate that you will get paid for Sightseer is about $20,000 to $25,000. When you're with an associate, it's about the same, but the more associates you have, the less it will start becoming. But so like if you get 18,000, your associates will get approximately 18,000 as well. Alright, so now I'm going to find the next one. This one here is a little tricky. All you got to do is get it just before it goes in, or when it passes the red line. I can usually get it on the first go, but sometimes I miss. Now we go for the next one. all the way down to the docks. One thing for sure, Sightseer is much quicker if you do it in a Hydra, because you can shoot straight there. Buzzard, or the other attack helicopter, is a little slower. You can use vehicles as well, but it just means you have to go on roads and dirt tracks and stuff, and it just takes a while. Now, one thing I should mention is that as soon as you finish one of these missions, there will be a 5-minute delay before you can start up another one. Unless the one that you start... Unless you... Unless when you started something there was another one just finishing its cool-off timer. And then you can do it straight away after you finish. This one is my favorite. Can be a little tricky sometimes, but there it is. Just gotta find the number. Alright, and the last package is all the way up there. That's the wind farm. Yeah, so when there's a few minute gap between missions that you can do, provided you have an associate with you, at least one, there's VIP challenges that you can do. So, the one you want to do, 5 stars. Now, typically as it's a challenge, you try to survive longer than your associates or your CEO. However, to make it more rewarding for all of you, if all of you survive, the pay does get reduced a little bit, but you all get roughly the same amount. So if there's 2 of you, you'll get 21,000 to 25,000. If there's 3 of you, you'll get 19-ish thousand. And if there's 4 of you, you'll get $15,667. Usually. However, if you do get killed in the process, depending on how long you survive for, will determine how much you get paid. So it ranges between $500 and $5,000. It's a 10-minute challenge, so best way to do it is to have an armored Kuruma, or what's that big one called? Hold on a second. That's right, Insurgent. An Insurgent, armored Kuruma, or something like that is good enough, because it will be 5 stars for the whole 10 minutes, and you can't lose them. And one specific thing about it is that you're not allowed inside things, so you can't go in buildings or shops or anything, or it will kick you out of the challenge. But yeah. So anyway, there's 23,000 already. That's really nice. That didn't take too long. It was only 6 minutes long, roughly. So yeah, as you'll see when I go in here, well, I have to wait until the mission is technically finished. And I know that because I start getting invites. There we go. Alright, so I can't do challenges because I haven't got any associates at present. As you see, there's a 5-minute waiting period before I can start doing anything again. So during this time, you can either do the 5 stars, or you can just roam around and wait. But one thing I'm going to do is earn myself another $9,000 by selling a vehicle. Now you can sell any vehicle off the street, well, not any, but most. But there's a specific vehicle that you want to sell, and it goes for $9,000. If you know which vehicle it is, wait until they start spawning a lot, and store a whole garage full of them. Because then you can just call your mechanic and get them whenever you need to, and you can rack up those dollars from the cars you've stored. Now, the particular car that you want is called a Baller, B-A-L-L-E-R. And if there are any spawning right now, I can show you. Doesn't look like it. That's a Patriot over there. That sells for, it's either, I think it's 5,500. A Stania there. Doesn't look like it, so I'm going to have to call my mechanic to bring one out. But yeah, there's two different designs. One is a luxury looking one, and one's a
what you want? Some wheels?
Squarish looking one.
It's coming at you.
You'll see in a moment. So yeah, you can only sell like cars that you haven't bought, so like cars you gotten off the street once every GTA day. So yeah, it's this one right here. So you can see, so this one's the box front. So if you remember that design, that's the car that you want. So yeah, you can only sell one of these. So a GTA day is approximately every 48 minutes. So selling a $9,000 car every 48 minutes is pretty good, but yeah. So do this. Unfortunately, if you do this as an associate, you actually pay 90% of the money that you get to your CEO. But I'm nice to my associates and I give that money back, so because it's technically theirs. And it doesn't want it right now, so I haven't waited my 48 minutes just yet, so I have to exit the vehicle and come back later. Right, so I'll just leave it over here where I can come back for it later. And I'll go and do something else in the meantime. Yeah, so other tactics you can do with the Most Wanted challenge. If you know any exploits or glitch spots, even though Rockstar are usually not happy about that sort of thing, can do that. But generally, anywhere that you can hide where cops can't really get to you. I know a couple things where only helicopters can get to you. Just that sort of general knowledge, sort of hiding places that you can go. Like there's one really good one just around over this way. I'll fly over to it. Yeah, it's over here, right over here. You can actually get to it on foot, but it's easier by helicopter. So just down here, it's a bulletproof window. It's actually good for evading other players online as well. So just here, so you go within here and hide out in here. So only the helicopters can get to you here. There is a door, which police can walk up into, but it's generally a pretty good hiding spot. There are lots of places around the city. You just have to make sure you don't go somewhere that it's inside, and that includes like train tunnels and stuff, as it's considered inside. Yeah, so how are we going? Is it another 20 seconds? There we go. So the next one I'm going to start is Headhunter. So once again, any sort of oh, I'm completely forgetting the Ruiner as well. The Ruiner is a good car for this sort of thing. So any Ruiner, armored car, or a car that's least reasonable that you can't get shot to shit straight away sort of thing. And any flying vehicle that has rockets or something on it. Alright, so this next one, you have to go around and pretty much shoot or blow up targets. Now usually there's 2 in vehicles and 2 on foot. Now I know all about them now because I've been doing this several weeks now. So this one right here is on foot. This one over here is on foot. and the other 2 are in vehicles. Now, specifically about the vehicles, the driver is the target, and what you want to do is aim for the driver as best as you can and then run away, because the bodyguards are very tough. They have robot-like, unhuman-like aiming skills, and the bullets do more damage than any GTA Online character's bullet damage. It's completely unrealistic, so you want to try and keep as far away from them as you possibly can, unless you're in an armored vehicle or something. Alright, now one tactic that I'm going to show you right here. With the vehicle ones, you want to try and be, especially in the Buzzard or anything that doesn't have explosive minigun cannons on it, you want to try and stay far away and fire rockets at them when they're either going very slow behind another car or come up to an intersection, because then your rockets will hit. If you try targeting them while they're moving fast, you won't hit them because the rockets will hit the road before they hit the car. So that's just one thing to watch out for. Now with the ones on the ground, they're very easy to kill. A headshot will kill them instantly. However, don't waste your ammo on the bodyguards, because they're like super ridiculously tough. Even with the advanced sniper aiming at their faces, it takes 4 shots just to kill them. Headshots. 4 headshots at the bodyguards when they're on foot. Alright. Now those cars that they're in, they're actually in armored vehicles, which they can't be modified, sort of thing. So, like, they even use an armored Bala, but you can't sell it, so... but specifically, those cars survive 3 explosions. After the second one, usually the guys in the bodyguards and the target will jump out and run away. The bodyguards will usually run away and try to chase after you to shoot you, sort of thing, and the target will just run off. So whenever you are trying to blow up the car, make sure you do it as quick as you can, because otherwise the target will run away before you can get to him, and the bodyguards will come after you and destroy whatever vehicle you're in very quickly, sort of thing. So this one right here is behind a pillar. I think it's that one there. I'm just... yeah. There we go, a bit lower. God's sake. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So with the explosive cannons on like like Hydra, for example, you can go quite close. You just blast them straight away as soon as you go near them. The car will flip into the air, and most often when it lands back on the ground, it'll just blow up anyway. So that's easy for the explosive minigun ones. So here's the next one. I'd like to target the target, please, and not the bodyguards. Just make it easy. It's being a pain in the ass. Okay. That's the one. There we go. Another 20 grand. Alright, so that Sightseer one is a 20-minute refresh timer, so it shouldn't be ready just yet. But it means I will probably have to wait another 5 minutes for the next one. So look, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, never mind, 5 seconds. There you go. Must be a 10-minute one. Alright. So here I go again. Now usually what happens is they'll just... oh, bugger it. They'll just keep refreshing by the time you finish another one, so you probably just end up doing the same one over and the same 2 missions over and over again. So that's what's looking like to be happening with me right now. Okay, So yeah, I'm probably just going to end up doing Sightseer and Headhunter over and over sort of thing. Up the other ones though, so the Hostile Takeover one, there's a certain number of places you can choose where you can do that. So basically you get 30 minutes, which is way too much time, unless you're in a public lobby, then it becomes crucial. So you pick the location. You can either go to the Ultras Camp, the Los Santos International Airport, Merryweather Base, or Zancudo military base. I haven't actually tried the military base one because I don't want to risk it. It's probably a little bit more challenging than the others. Ones you'd probably be best with going with a Buzzard or a Hydra. Go to the Alturas Camp, that one's nice and easy. Or for a little bit of a challenge, go to the Merryweather base. Just make sure you bring a bit of ammo and a bit of armor, because you will need to fight through a lot of mercenaries to get to that one. You're pretty much picking up a package and delivering it. That's pretty much it. Then another one that I've probably played the most is the Los Santos International Airport one. Where you go to the airport, and in one of the hangars where the what's it called? The Titan spawns. There will be a couple FIB agents there who fire SMG guns at the speed of a minigun, unrealistically. So you got to watch out for those guys. So you collect the package, and it's, in a way, it's more challenging getting back to the place you need to be, because you get 4 stars as soon as you go near the hangar. You can lose the cops if you hide, but every time you drop the package, every time you pick it up or someone else picks it up, you get 4 stars again. Where's this next one? Up there, okay. So there's that as well. The Merryweather one gives 3 stars. And the Ultras Camp gives 3 stars as well, but if you've got a air vehicle, you can just get away instantly. So what are the others? Now, ones you can do. So they're the ones you can do by yourself. Nice and easy ones. The ones that you will need associates for. So. There is another one, it's called Asset Recovery or something, but I don't really bother with that one because I try to avoid the cops as much as I can. It's easier if you can do things without getting involved with the cops, sort of thing. Yeah, so the other missions, well, you can do those 3 with people as well. It makes it a little easier for like Headhunter. You can split ways and take out targets individually, sort of thing. Speeds it up. Hostile Takeover, the same thing. This one, you only really need the associates if you're in a public lobby with people who are out to kill or be annoying. Otherwise, they're just there for the money, pretty much. Now, specific ones where you will need certain vehicles, so like the Velocity one, so you need to have the rocket car to be able to do that one. Basically what that one is you get in the specific rocket car that is provided for you, and all you have to do is stay above 60 miles an hour for 10 minutes. It's basically, if you've ever played the PlayStation 2 game called Driver 3, there was a mission in that, I don't remember what it's called, but you are a shitty sports car where you have to stay above 50 miles an hour. It's pretty much the same as that. Or another example is the Speed movie from the 90s. If you have associates, however, it's a little easier to do this, as your associates will be tasked to race around the city, collecting time checkpoints, which knock off 20 seconds every collection from the total time. So if you got like 3 associates, which is the max you can have, one posted out here, sort of thing, one in the city and one in between. Get those time checkpoints nice and easily, and you can probably knock off about 2 minutes worth of time, which is a really good thing to have. 10 minutes does go quite quick, but if you can have those time boosters, it definitely helps. As for payment though, the rocket car velocity mission, the payment for that is always the same, except when you have more associates. So by yourself, it will always be a solid $35,000, which is pretty good. With associates, it will drop by $1,000 to $4,000. So you'll get between 30 and 35 for that. Okay. With the just wait a minute again. Alright. I'll just quickly show you. So the first 5 I'm unable to do at the moment because they're vehicle required missions. So ramped up is obviously requires the ramp car, but you also need at least a minimum of 1 associate to be with you to do it. So what you do is you go and collect the ramp car, and then your associate takes one of the Banshee dirt bikes. It's probably easier if you have a motorbike, in a way, and all you have to do is go around the city and collect packages that are placed on top of rooftops and walls and stuff. And you use the ramp car to boost the bike onto those platforms, sort of thing. Some of them are quite tricky to get. Some of them you don't even need the ramp car for because they're nice and low. You can just do a wheelie up onto them. That one pays a solid $40,000, but unfortunately has a 60-minute refresh time. So that one you can only do once every so often. But $40,000 is a pretty good payout for it, however. Executive search is another good one, which you can do with all 3 of your associates. However, you will need at least 1 person outside of your CEO to be able to do it, and that's where you go somewhere selected on the map. If you're out in this sort of area, it will spawn somewhere around here, but if you're in the city, it will spawn somewhere in the city. There will be a selected area that you have to go to, and the CEO will remain invisible unless they stand still. And all you have to do is survive 10 minutes, and you get paid $25,000 each. Executive deathmatch, I don't like doing that sort of thing, so I don't like doing that one. Haulage has something to do with trucks, and I don't think it pays as much. Assembly air freight, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. But anyway, 30 minutes through, almost, and I've already managed almost $70,000. There you go. Now, as an associate, you get paid every... I don't know how often it is, I still haven't timed it, it's like every half hour or so. You get paid $5,000, $6,000 for being an associate. Fortunately, the CEO doesn't get that sort of thing, so it's an associate thing only. And that's a little bonus bit of cash that you can get. Now, I should hopefully be able to sell this car now. I hope. So I can get myself another $9,000. Exactly where I left it, still in perfect condition. condition. Yeah, right, calm down, lady.
What miracle did you want me to perform?
There we go, $9,000 for that. Now, technically, this is the second most expensive car you can sell on free mode, but it's the most common of the most expensive, however.
Sorry about that.
Don't steal my helicopter, get out of the way. Anyway, I happened to chance upon a $17,000 car in a mission once. I did actually play that mission just a little while ago, but it didn't spawn, which was weird. So, if I ever do see that vehicle again, I'll certainly know. So that's definitely the rarest vehicle you can ever sell in free mode. But other than that, the Ballas are what you're after. And I think this car just down here, that golden looking one to my left, no, that's something else, never mind. There's another car that sells for $8,000, and I think it's the F620 car. They don't spawn as often as the Ballas do, but they're a pretty reasonable price as well. So I'm giving you a little example of how much cars sell for as well. These ones just down here, they're called Vifters, I believe. They're $7,000, I think. The one next to it, the white one, is called a Cavalcade. That car that what's his name? Luis Lopez in GTA 4. His friends used to drive those around, the Cavalcades. They're worth $7,000. What else we got? Those Patriots that we saw a little while ago, those big boxy ones, they're about $5,000. I think I said that before. Yeah. Now you gotta watch out for these Vifters, because they have roofless and roofed ones. I can't remember which one's which. I think it's the roof one that is the $7,000 one. I can't remember though. Alright. Should be time to do another mission. Yes, alright, let's do the velocity one, so I'll show you what that one's like. So there's the car. Now, I do have my own rocket car, but you are required to use the server, what is it called? Secura Serve specific vehicle. So I'm just gonna park the helicopter over here. Now, most missions, or about half of the missions, once you have to get somewhere to be, so specifically like this one or the ramp car one, hostile takeover, doesn't matter. There will be a time limit, it's 2 to 3 minutes, and if you fail getting there in time, you will fail the mission and have to wait for it to recharge again before you can play it again. So, basically, the easiest way to do this is get in the car. You get 15 seconds before the bomb activates itself, so you get a bit of time to speed up. What you want to do is head straight for the highway and drive around the whole map. That's it. For 10 minutes. So you're going to have to watch me do this now for 10 minutes, which is going to be a little boring, but should be alright. So what I will be doing is staying roughly just above 60 miles an hour. You really don't need to use the rocket boost at all, in a way, because this speed is pretty much all you really need to do. That's about it. Now I need to make this turn off just here to get to the highway. Let's try and do it without slowing down too much. There we go. Alright, so now I can go all the way around the city for the next 9 minutes, and I will get paid $35,000 for that. And I'm already at $75,000, so by the 45-minute mark, I will have made $100,000. There you go. I say $100,000 an hour as a rough estimate. I haven't actually timed it before, so now I know it's roughly $100,000 every 45 minutes. But yeah. So when there's lots of traffic like this, you want to try and weave through it as much as you can. Take the gutters if you need to. Just stay above that line. Make sure it doesn't go in the red, because the bomb will tick up and blow you up if you're in the red for too long. Which I've done so many times. As you can see, it's going quite quickly now, so it's already 2 minutes gone. So yeah, if I had associates, they'd be right now going across the city looking for time checkpoints, knocking a couple of 20 seconds off every so often. But for now, all I have to do is just drive around the entire edge of the city. As you can see there, you will be a little bit faster than the NPCs, but that's not too much of a problem, so, especially not around this point anymore. There is a tricky point coming up. We have to go around those bends. It's just after Zancudo. It's those little S-bends around the hill. Those will become a little bit tricky when you're going slow, so you might want to speed up a little bit while going around those. Or just use the rocket as you exit onto the bridge. Oh, I didn't quite finish explaining the ramped up mission. So, there's probably about maybe 30 packages lying around on top of things around the city. A little few up around Vinewood, not too many though. I don't think it spawns any out in this area, but it's mostly all in the city. So you get 20 minutes. And you need to collect 15 boxes, or crates. And basically that's about... it's just enough time. And there's about 5 minutes more than you should really need, unless things happen, you get to some really hard ones to jump up to. It's about 1 a minute, and then you get that extra 5 minutes for travel and mistakes. The more associates you have with you on the bikes, jumping up to collect them, the faster it will be, obviously. But yeah. So yeah, if you collect all 15, you get $40,000. However, if the ramp car gets destroyed, you do fail, but you do get paid a good amount still. So I remember I was with my friends, and we got, it was either 6 or 7 before some idiots came and blew up the ramp car, and we got $19,000. So for getting roughly half, you got roughly half the reward still, so that's alright, but it's more worth it if you fully complete it, in a way. Especially RP-wise, that's one thing I've forgotten to mention about these missions. You actually get a ton of RP from all these as well, ranking up once every hour or so, pretty much. Unless you're low-leveled, then you rank up every couple of missions. So, This one I think is 2 to 3,000 RP. The ramped up one is a little bit more, I believe. Hostile Takeover, Headhunter, and Sightseer are about 2,000 each. So it's pretty good RP as well, considering. But yeah. So basically, the main requirements for this are either armored vehicle or Hydra at minimum, or Buzzard if you're good with a Buzzard. And obviously you need to either own a CEO or be friends with someone who has a CEO, or be on a very quiet public lobby with a CEO wanting to do the same thing. And this way you can get to $1 million in one whole day if you play for a few hours. It's pretty good. So judging that 45 minutes for every 100,000, well, 9 hours straight, you get $1 million. There you go. That's pretty good money. All legit, of course. No shark cards needed. Why bother with shark cards when you can do this? Am I right? Sure, this takes longer, but it's worth it. As you can see, I haven't used the boost once yet. You really don't need it. Well, the only times you will necessarily need to use it are if you screw up by crashing into someone, sort of thing, and you need to get away just before the thing blows, because activating the boost pushes the bar up straight to max straight off. But it is very quick when it bounces up, so gotta be very wary of that. If you do manage to accidentally fly into the air, you will blow up because you're technically not moving fast enough, even if it looks like you are. So yeah, and as this is the secure serve car, the ramp car, and this car will blow up after 15 seconds after the mission finishes. No, it's 30. So it's either 15 or 30 seconds. I can't quite remember, but I'm gonna go really fast now, just so I can get back into the city before the car blows up. So yeah, now I'm using boost, but it's not like it matters. Oh, there's the luxury Bella. That car right there is the luxury Bella. So, pause frame for that car right there, and that's the car you want. That's the other $9,000 one. And there we go, $100,000 in 45 minutes. There's the tutorial completed. And yeah. Yeah, 30 seconds before detonation. Come on, let me get to the city just a little bit more. Alright, here we'll do. Run. Alright, yeah, so that's the velocity one. And we can't do anything else. Oh, I can do sightseer again. That's getting a bit boring though, so I'm not going to do that again. I might as well just stay for a little bit longer and show you the other one, so I'll just wait for hostile takeover to refresh, and we'll go to I would do both the Meriwether and LSIA, but I'll just do one of them. So I'll do which one? I'll do the Meriwether one here. So I'm gonna call my armored Kuruma. Oh, while we're at it.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll bring it to
So
you.
this here is the luxury Bella. Excuse me. It's playing Warlord of me. Alright, yeah. Okay. Just run some people over off the road while I wait. Alright, so just a little heads up for this specific one. So, where are we? Hostile, here we go, yeah. So you can't be next to the location to start it up, you have to be a certain distance away, otherwise it won't let you. So like, for example, a safe distance for the Ultras Camp 1. So the Ultras Camp is right here. Right here. The safe spot is about here. Start it up. Any closer and I won't let you start it up. Come to about here, where the jump is for the airport one. And I usually don't go past this bridge for the Merryweather one. Alright, so I'm going to jump off over here. Oh, that means I have 500,000 now, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Yes, it does. Hooray. 500,000 again. How nice. I probably would have 1.3 mil right now if I didn't buy a car yesterday, but... Just crash into the stream, wait. Alright. As this is my first GTA 5 video, I might as well just give a little example of all the cars I have, or some of them. So I have the ramp buggy, obviously. I have the rocket car. I have the Hydra. I actually spent 8 months saving up for a Hydra. Ridiculous. Could have even been more than that. Can't remember, but I ended up wasting so much time saving up money, doing hundreds of races, hundreds of missions on the PS3 edition, and then when I finally came to the PS4 edition, when there was more money on different things, then I finally got it. Ah, the Savage, that's right. I don't have that, but that's the other one that I meant. Not the Valkyrie, the Savage. Obviously I have a Duke of Death, because it's free. So I bought the Buzzard a couple of days ago, actually, so... I got a tank, I got all the buses, except the shitty ones, and yeah. And I got a couple race cars too, which I will show off in another episode. Alright, so hostile takeover, going to the Merryweather base. Start. So retrieve the briefcase and deliver it to the drop-off. There's usually about 2 or 3 different drop-offs, and depending on which place you go to will determine the location for those. So the usual drop-off locations, we've got half an hour to do this anyway, so I'll just show you quickly. So it will either get me out there, here somewhere, it'll either be there, or here near Madrato's house, or here. I think there's another one. No, that's it. It's one of those 3 places in North Vinewood. Alright, so let's go in now. So, there's a lot of mercenaries here, that's for sure. Gotta be careful because some of them, if they get to your window, they can shoot through the window. Let's try headshotting them. Headshots for the win. Yeah, boy. One up there. He'll probably just bleed out. Maybe. One on the stairs. Try and headshot him. Yeah.
We're receiving fire!
Boom. Right. Gotcha. Alright, so you can actually climb the stairs with the car on the stairs over across the way over there, but I prefer to get out here sometimes. There's a guy over there. I'll try and headshot him with the sniper.
You're going down!
No, you are. Alright.
Loser!
Now there is a guy up here. Is he dead? Did he bleed out? Or is he still alive? No, he bled out. Right. Now the guys in this door. There are 4 guys here. 3 in the corridor. Just take cover because one of them will most likely have one of those SMGs that fire at the speed of a minigun. And just free aim shoot them down. Probably headshot one if you get closer. Now here's a pro tip for you, and I discovered this during the Hydra heist setup. Whenever you're using automatic weapons, to reduce a lot of recoil and ammo waste, use automatic weapons as burst or semi-autos. So doing this. Or like that, if you can hear me pressing the controller like that. And that saves a lot of ammo and a lot of spread, especially if you're under attack by helicopters and stuff like that. It really saves the ammo and the recoil and everything, so you can... Oh, he's already dead, right. So you can get your targets with ease. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this. Yeah, so now I've got 3 stars, which I can easily lose by hiding in the tunnels. All I've got to do is get back to my car and get to the drop-off point, which is... Oh, that was the other one, sorry, yeah. The Vinewood sign, that was one of the others. Okay. Now, if you do come here with a helicopter, you can actually come in here with the buzzard. Just exit through right here, and then fly out through the water, and escape through... just stay out of the water and you'll escape from the helicopter. As long as you don't shoot that helicopter down, no more helicopters will spawn, which is a pretty good thing to know about. For some reason, there's always a whole bunch of cops there. Most people will probably just go straight here, but one tactic to know that's good is turning off here, and then you can either take the road or lose your wanted level by going this way. And it's probably a lot easier if you lose your wanted level, because then you won't run into any more trouble. And this is also a very good way to avoid players as well. Just watch out for the train. Drive into that and boom. There's two corridors. There's one other one just here. You just sneak into there, because if you keep going, the cops actually do spawn outside this tunnel. So I'm just gonna hide here for a minute while I lose the cops. There we go. And now I can get to the place with ease. As you see, there's a cop right in front of me in the tunnel. If I kept going, I would have reacquired the 3 stars. I shouldn't really be afraid of it because I'm in an armed vehicle, but it just makes it a little bit more convenient so I'm not constantly being pushed off or have to smash into cop cars along the way. Where's that? There it is. Now, as this is a free mode thing, you can use any Pegasus vehicle you like. You can use the CEO vehicles. If they're free, even better. And yeah, anything to make it easier, you can do. Unlike with the heists, where you can't use Pegasus vehicles. Really sucks sometimes. However, you can't do any shopping, rob stores, or access your apartment/garages during these missions. You can still attain wanted levels, obviously, but anything else you can't really do. Alright, well, that's pretty much about it. I've shown how you can get 100,000 an hour, provided you have the CEO or be an associate, etc. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more content. I'll be uploading more GTA and other gaming stuff soon. And I'll catch you in the next video.